Let's get to speak to former Premier League winner Chris Sutton now, get his take on things. Chris, good to speak to you. We've got to start with your former club Chelsea. Of course, they're trying to bring in striker Victor Osimhen. He agreed a deal with Saudi side Al Ahly, but could still join. How much do you think Chelsea need someone like Osimhen?
Yeah, well, good afternoon, Joe. Look, I think it's pretty simple with Chelsea and Osimhen. Is Osimhen an upgrade on Nicholas Jackson? I think he is. Nicholas Jackson's numbers last season were pretty good, but Chelsea want the best available, and I think Osimhen, if Chelsea could get him, he would certainly be a more rounded player than Nicholas Jackson. Hence why they are probably working hard to try and get over the line with this. And and I think at 25, Victor Osimhen, it's a waste really for him to go to Saudi Arabia at such a young age. We know the riches and the money that players can earn out in Saudi, but I think that would be a real waste. Hence why he should join Chelsea.
About Ivan Toney then, sticking with that theme, how much of a waste do you think it would be if he ends up going to Saudi, and how would you have seen him fit into this Chelsea side?
Yeah, well, very similar to Victor Osimhen. I think Ivan Toney's 28 years old. Which is the stronger league, the Premier League or the Saudi League? I really rate Ivan Toney so much. I think that he's going to be a loss for Brentford. I think over the last few seasons, his game has really developed, and he's a good all-rounder. Set plays, he links the play, good with his back to goal. He's a really intelligent player. I would have liked to see him stay at Brentford or sign for another Premier League club. He's going to a weaker league, and listen, good luck to him. That's his choice. That's his decision. But we all know why he's going. He's going for the money. But if he goes out to Saudi for a couple of years, it's going to be very difficult for him to come back and play at such a high level.
Do you understand why players are choosing Saudi?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have a problem with it. It's a personal decision, but I just think you're talking about guys in the prime, in the pomp, in the 20s, who are making this decision. As I said before, the Premier League is recognised as the best league in world football. So, if it's a career ambition, then it's the league that everybody wants to play. And so at 28, Ivan Toney, wanting to go to Saudi, I think is too young. Maybe when he gets into his 30s and he's coming towards the end, I still think he has lots to offer. We know the issues which he had last season. He came back and maybe didn't quite hit the heights at Brentford at the end of last season, and his numbers weren't what they were previous. But he went away to the Euros and albeit didn't get too much game time, but made enough of an impact. There's a real player in there. I just think it's a waste, and the Premier League are losing a top player.
Well, in terms of Chelsea, Jadon Sancho, another name being linked with the club. Would that surprise you if he'd joined them?
I don't think, Joe, anything surprises me at Chelsea. Listen, it's been very difficult for Enzo Maresca, hasn't it? Going in, he's got a top-heavy squad. They seem to have an abundance of wide players. What do we know? Jadon Sancho at Manchester United, he had that altercation with Erik ten Hag, didn't he? And I wondered how that would pan out in pre-season. And obviously, it looks like he's not going to get a regular game at Manchester United. Jadon Sancho is a very, very talented footballer. Erik ten Hag, we can argue didn't get the best out of him, and there are maybe reasons for that, and I suspect there are reasons for that. But maybe Enzo Maresca feels that he can get the best out of Jadon Sancho, and that's why they're trying to sign him.
A player who looks like he's on his way out is Raheem Sterling. What do you make of that situation, how it's been handled, a potential move to Arsenal? Would that be a good move for him?
Oh, blimey, yeah. I think that'd be a great move for Raheem Sterling. And maybe Arsenal in the wide areas don't have that strength and depth. So, there's a strong argument to say that that Raheem Sterling would be a good addition for Arsenal. And look, Raheem Sterling at Chelsea, I don't think last couple of seasons has really hit the height. So yeah, I think Raheem Sterling would bite an arm off to get across to Arsenal if that can happen. With regards to the way he's been frozen out, I don't have an issue with it. Enzo Maresca was put in a bit of an impossible position, really. You know, they've got a top-heavy squad. He has to leave certain players out, but because of Raheem Sterling's reputation and all he has achieved in the game, I think there were people who felt angry about the way he'd been treated. But new manager's gone in. He has to make decisions on players. That wasn't his fault, the mess which he inherited. And he just simply doesn't fancy Raheem Sterling, which is Maresca's right. And, and we'll see how Chelsea get on without Raheem Sterling. But, that was, Maresca's decision. And I admire him for sticking to his guns, really.